Good day and welcome to halprice.org. Today's topic is the creation of numbers and sacred geometry. I'm just going to tell you a story. Okay, so sit back and listen to the story. It's the birth of numbers, it's the birth of language, and it's the birth of sacred geometry. Okay. It's just a story, and it's my little story. So get you some milk and cookies and pay attention. There'll be a quiz at the end. Okay. So let's say that in the beginning there was nothing. There is nothing. And there was just a void. And that void was just a tiny little dot. It's a tiny little dot. And in one moment, that dot thought about itself. It was the beginning of I am. Okay, I am. And in that moment, I am's thought burst into billions and billions and billions of possibilities. And in that moment was the birth of creation. Call it the Big Bang. This is just my story. Okay? So in that moment, everything that would ever exist, every possibility that could ever occur, happened in that moment to allow all of the individuated particles of I am to establish themselves. And in that moment of separation, we each became an I am. That was the birth of the number one. The number one is about our ego. It's about fearing that we've separated from I am. Right? We never left I am. We are I am. So in this moment, everything was created. And all of a sudden, the birth of one has everyone being different. But we all have an original connection to a source. It's the I am source. So I am an individual, but I am connected to I am. Okay? So as we ventured out, the great I am said, here's your mission. I'm giving you nothing but love. Your job is to take love on a journey and see where love can go. Through you, let's see what you do with love. And we created this great universe, and we created this great planet that gave us a third dimensional experience with our emotions, where we created linear time and space to allow us to move slowly to learn to create like our Creator, to have the I am individuation materialize through us. It's practice. So in that moment where we are one, we are many and we are one. We're many ones. That's all we are. So in that moment, I am is everywhere. We are all different places. I'm learning to still work this chart here. So, but we began to experience one another. So one another began to connect with each other. And we all became one, and we all became one another. Okay? And in that moment was the birth of duality, the birth of light and dark, heavy and light, you name it, all the opposites. But it taught us to begin to deal with something beyond us. We learned to be sensitive. So the number 2 is the number of sensitivity and harmony and learning to work with another energy that's in our field. It's the number of relationships. It's the number of diplomacy, because you have to work with someone else. It forces you to be sensitive to something else. So whereas one is an individual, it's the ego, it is a pioneer, it's the brave adventurer, they're leaders. Twos are the workforce. They blend. They make everything okay. They don't like conflict. They're very sensitive. And every number builds on the preceding number. So, when we look at the next number, what we see is where where two ones intersect with each other, we create a special new place. This is called the birth of the Vesica Pisces. Okay, the Vesica Pisces is, we see it as two circles connecting with each other. These two circles connecting with each other. But what we actually get is the Vesica Pisces, which is the sign of the fish, which is the sign that Christ taught us. It was the symbol where they met and assembled, because it was a place of miracles. It was a place where we learn that as above in the unseen world, so below in the material world. So Christ saw that we had the ability to take what everything that I am created, the endless possibilities, and to bring forth from the fourth dimension into the third through this place of miracles. Okay? That's the Vesica Pisces, the sign of the fish. Okay? Because Christ learned to bring the miracles forward. So I know that everything exists. I just have to call it and see it. My belief allows my miracle to be seen. Miracles are nothing but seeing what you haven't seen before. It's bringing into your life that which was unseen to materialize. So 3 is the number of creation. It's where we express what's in our hearts and allow it to come forth from the fourth dimension. It comes forth to materialize. It's the number because if 1 is the individual, independent, and 2 is the sensitive, what is a person who's independent and sensitive? They're the artist. 3 is the number of the great creator. It's our creative talent to bring something from our hearts forth into reality, to allow others to see it and appreciate it. We'll be teaching you more about numbers here at halprice.org. It's just a story, and this one's mine, and it's everybody's. Have a blessed day. Thank you.